Secretary of State Pompeo came to Cairo knowing many allies are concerned about President Trump's decision to pull U.S. troops out of Syria. Pompeo told CBN News the region will see a strong America pick up the foreign policy mantle it's historically held in the Mideast. We interviewed Pompeo at a newly dedicated church built by Egypt for Coptic Christians. You just had a major speech about the Middle East, and 10 years ago another major speech was given here in Cairo. Would it be fair to say that your speech was America is back and it's a force for good?
Absolutely. I want people throughout the Middle East and the world to know that America's involvement in the Middle East is absolutely a force for good. We come here with no intention to oppress or to dominate, but rather to free, to create opportunities for every individual throughout the Middle East to live their life, to have the freedoms that we are all so blessed to have in the United States.
Pompeo's speech came 10 years after then-President Obama delivered his blueprint for the Middle East in Cairo.
He told you that the United States and the Muslim world needed, quote, a new beginning, end of quote. The results of these misjudgments have been dire.
The Secretary of State said that President Obama's timid, hesitant, and apologetic policy allowed ISIS, Iran, and other terrorists to thrive.
We learned that when America retreats, chaos often follows. When we neglect our friends, resentment builds. And when we partner with our enemies, they advance.
Pompeo said that all changed as the Trump administration pushed to decimate ISIS, confront Iran, and stand up to Syria's President Assad.
The good news is this: the age of self-inflicted American shame is over, and so are the policies that produce so much needless suffering. Now comes the real new beginning.
Part of that new beginning is forging a global alliance against Iran. One of your themes of the trip is about Iran and the danger to the Middle East. Do you see nations aligning up with the United States against the influence of Iran?
So our team has done good work. We built an enormous coalition that ranges from Asia to North Africa, certainly to the Middle East, countries from all across the world, understanding that the threat from the Islamic Republic of Iran is real and continuing and ought not to be tolerated.
Another issue is in Syria, as Turkey's President Erdogan is threatening U.S. allies. A few hours ago, you met with leaders in Erbil about the Kurds, and yet there's dangerous talk coming out of Turkey. What's your message to Erdogan if he goes ahead and invades the Kurds?
Well, our message is straightforward. The work that the Kurdish forces did with us alongside in Syria has been important. It took down a caliphate, 99% of the real estate that was held by ISIS. We remember people sitting in cages being burned. It seems like a long time ago, but frankly, it's the good work that the United States did with a big coalition. And we'll work with the Turks to make sure that there's security for them as well, and that the Kurdish people in Syria are indeed protected.
What about the Christians in the region? They have an appeal that they won't be eradicated, that Christianity won't be eradicated. What's your message to those Christians?
That America is with them. Christianity is at the heart of the history of this place here in the Middle East. All you got to do is grab a Bible and read the places and the names. Christians have been central to the Middle East. We want to make sure that they continue to have opportunities and freedom, and for Christian churches to grow alongside churches of other faiths as well. Our message is simple, is that we stand for religious freedom every place American diplomacy is at work. Secretary
Pompeo told us he wanted to pass along a simple but powerful message, that the United States stands for religious freedom every place American diplomacy is at work. There could not have been a better place to deliver it. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Cairo.